Joining us on the special broadcast this evening are two gynecologists. Let me introduce Dr. Archana Bajaj, who's a gynecologist and obstetrician, and Dr. Nandita Palshetkar, who's an ex-president at the Federation of Obstetricians and also Gynecological Societies of India, and also a consultant at the Lilavati Hospital in Mumbai. So doctors, what we will do is we will take the questions that our viewers have been writing in to us with, and we will shoot them at you and you can answer these questions. So let's get started. Let me put the first question to Dr. Archana Bajaj. Dr. Archana, one of our viewers asking the basic question: is it safe for pregnant women to get vaccinated?
Before I answer in pragmatic terms, yes or no, I want her and other viewers to understand why are we so concerned about pregnant women and why are we so worried about them getting vaccinated. If we were to look at our population, 5% of at any given time of the Indian population comprises of pregnant women. So that in itself is a mammoth proportion. These are women who are immunocompromised. Per se, by nature of being pregnant, they are immunocompromised. Other than that, there is a very fine line between some normal symptoms of pregnancy and early symptoms of COVID. So that window period where you're able to actually pick up symptoms might actually get lost in the pregnant women. So a lot of pregnant girls will have respiratory compromise, little bit of breathing difficulty, little bit of difficulty in walking and getting breathless, difficulty with bone pains, fatigue, being chronically anemic as Indian women are. Pregnant women have symptoms which are sometimes akin to or very similar to what might be symptoms of early COVID. So they are a subset of people who are difficult to pick up so very easily. Third and most important, some of our health workers, frontline workers are pregnant. There are women with comorbidities, diabetes, hypertension, etc. So, if you were to look at the larger picture, we are a huge population of people who are vulnerable. So once you're a big population and you are vulnerable, you are a set of people who need to be treated with extreme caution and for whom any step that can be taken to prevent the disease has to be a very proactive step. Risk versus benefits have to be weighed. My answer to whether you can take the vaccine or not is an absolute yes. Pregnant women worldwide are being given the option if they want to consider taking the vaccine. They should have a conscious decision with the healthcare provider, especially as I said, obese women, hypertensive, diabetes, pregnancy-induced hypertension, for frontline workers, women within the services, etc. They're all women who, if they are pregnant, should be offered the vaccine. If you look at each of the individual vaccines, and as I'm sure we discussed through the course of this evening, if you look at most of the vaccines, they are vaccines which have been tried in various parts of the world. Over pregnant women, there's been a big study in America where they've tried Pfizer and Moderna, and they have not found any safety concern with this vaccine up until this point. Obviously, one doesn't say with shut eyes, walk into a vaccine program. It has to be a conscious, discussed, awarely taken decision whether to take the vaccine or not. But yes, in a population like ours, where just the huge mammoth of our population and of what we've seen in this second phase of the disease. The first phase, if someone was to ask me, I'd probably turn around and say, we shall see whether the vaccine is even needed in pregnant women. But what I am seeing in this wave is petrifying me as a healthcare provider. Women are getting affected, and they're getting affected at proportion which we would not really want them to. We have had girls delivering and going on ventilators. We've had girls with severe diseases. So if one answer, my answer would be yes. But of course, it has to be treated with caution. The expectant mother has to have a conscious discussion with her healthcare provider. And on the basis of what comes as a crux, I think more or less we'd probably agree that yes, the vaccine should be taken.
So I'm just going to, some of these questions may be repetitive, doctors, but I'm just going to keep shooting these questions as they come in so you can answer as many questions as possible. Yeah, Dr. Nandita, I'm going to put the second question to you. Second question is coming in from one of our viewers asking that if vaccinated, can pregnant women pass these antibodies to the child?
I think, I would like to, Niranjan, first address what Archana has said. All over the world, all the organizations are recommending that this vaccine should be taken. But our Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has actually given the instructions that this vaccine cannot be used on pregnant and lactating women unless they are high risk. So I'm sure Archana is also aware of it. And this was a decision taken because there are instructions on the vaccine that this should not be given to pregnant and lactating mothers. That is Covaxin and the Covishield. But the Pfizer and the Moderna are the two vaccines which have been given to more than 100,000 women in America. And there is this VSafe registry which is there, which actually shows that the adverse events, the side effects or the effect on the fetus is very, very minimal and you can take it. Now, coming to your question, that does anything happen to the baby? So the vaccine has a triple effect, as I say. The vaccine protects the mother from having a severe disease. And, most of the mothers, if they are pregnant and they have a severe disease, then they land up having more ICU admissions and ventilators, etc. So it really prevents that. Secondly, the vaccine protects the child also because the antibodies actually pass from the cord blood into the breast milk and go to the child. So the child is born with those antibodies. Whether they're protective or not, COVID has been here for just maybe 15 months, 12 months to 15 months. So we really don't have too much data on it. But so far, whatever data is available, yes, the antibodies do go to the newborn child. And we are hoping they will protect the child. And the third thing that what this prevents her from transmitting it to other people, the elderly, the comorbid people in the house. So I think the mother, the fetus, and the newborn actually benefit from the vaccine. So it is a good thing. And our ministry is now gathering data. And the problem that we have in our country is the vaccines which are available. There is absolutely no data on pregnant women. Now, if there is one adverse event, 5 days ago in Brazil, a woman who was 23 weeks pregnant died after taking the vaccine, AstraZeneca vaccine. And that is traumatic. I mean, that sets the whole vaccination back. They have stopped the vaccination and they're re-evaluating it, whether it was due to the vaccine. So I think our government is taking a very precautious, they're taking precautions. So I am hoping that the Pfizer and the Moderna come to our country and we will be able to use it very freely because more than 100,000 women, 150,000 women in America have been given that. There are studies even from United Kingdom, that is UK, but UK also is promoting Moderna and Pfizer. Even WHO in its website actually says that use these others with caution. We use a lot of vaccines in pregnancy, like tetanus, the swine flu, pertussis, that's whooping cough. They're all safe, and these are not live vaccines. We cannot give live vaccines in pregnancy. So whatever the COVID vaccines today, what they exist, the different varieties, the Johnson & Johnson, the AstraZeneca, the Moderna, Pfizer, none of them are live vaccines. So yes, theoretically, they all are actually safe for the pregnant women. But there is no basic science or animal studies for the vaccines which are available in our country. And they are doing these studies. So we will have to wait till those come in. I know there is a lot of controversy going on, but Pfizer and Moderna, yes, you go ahead. And I think it is beneficial even to the baby.
So, thank you for answering that in great detail to both you doctors. I think, most of my questions have already been answered by what you've had to say. But what I will do is I will combine 2-3 questions and shoot them at you together so that you can answer them. So I'm going to question 3 and 4 that our viewers have written into us, and Dr. Archana can take that. Question number 3, one of our viewers writing in, can lactating mothers get vaccinated in India? Question 4, another viewer asking, are there any concerns of vaccines affecting fertility? Dr. Archana, you can take them.
Right. Lactating women, up until this point, as Dr. Nandita pointed out, our government said no vaccine for pregnant women, no vaccine for lactating women, which I think is a bit silly, to be honest. Lactating women are at no different scenario than the general population. They should be offered vaccination, and the answer is very clear: yes, they should be offered. What mode of vaccination, whether it is Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson Johnson, AstraZeneca, Covaxin, is a very tricky question to answer. As Nandita said very rightly, Pfizer, Moderna, they've done so much of vaccination in the US that happily we'd say, okay, girls, go ahead, take those. About the rest available, the RCOG is now getting more, the Royal College of Obs-Gynae in the UK is getting a little more liberal with Covishield, AstraZeneca vaccine. So I guess that is a vaccine we could happily say go ahead with. Covaxin, one would want to study further, but yes, considering, as very correctly Nandita said, all of them are vaccines which are not live. For donkeys of years, we've been giving our girls these kind of vaccines for various diseases. I can't see any logical reason why we can't give it to lactating women here. So answer for lactation, yes, absolutely, yes. For girls planning pregnancy, as I tell the girls in my clinic, is yes, if you're planning a pregnancy, please do go ahead and take the vaccine. If you find yourself to be pregnant having taken the vaccine, there is no reason, no evidence to suggest that you should terminate that pregnancy. However, if you are taking a vaccine, as we've all talked time and time again, very new virus, very new disease, very little literature available in pregnant and non-pregnant women. If you've taken the vaccine, it's a wiser decision to just, take the 2 shots, let one ovulatory cycle go by, and then plan the pregnancy. But if the pregnancy has happened, it's perfectly fine to go ahead straight off and take it. And, to my mind, a vaccine-related little discomfort, little discomfort, perhaps sometimes even 2 lives, I think the answer is clear. It should be vaccination, definitely yes, for the lactating mother. And though, I would not go up to say to every girl who wants to try an ART
trying to do an IVF, you can put it aside by a couple of months. But yes, if you're looking at, some issues where it's imperative, you have an extremely low egg reserve, you unfortunately are undergoing some sort of a chemotherapy in the next few months, and you need to be, undergoing a fertility program soon, take the vaccine and go ahead with your program. That's how I would see it. Definitely not for an elective program.
Let me just, combine 2 more questions that are coming in. Question number 5, one of our viewers asking, Dr. Nandita, you can take this. Is any vaccine safer, or are both vaccines safe in India for pregnant mothers? Another question coming in. Can COVID vaccination harm my child's development? In fact, let me add another question because you've covered most of this. Another viewer asking, why is it that some states are against vaccinating mothers? I think some states have taken a stand. So, Dr. Nandita, you can take those points. I'll repeat them. One is any vaccine safer, or are both vaccines safe, or 3 vaccines safe in India? Can it harm my child's development? And why are some states against vaccinating mothers?
Okay, I think, Niranjan, we can take them one by one. Is one better than the other? So far, whatever studies we've seen, I think they are all very good. The Pfizer and the Moderna have been shown to have an efficacy of 96 to 99%. In fact, in Israel, nearly 55% of the population is vaccinated, and they are mask-free. So, that is a efficacy of that vaccine. In India, we have Covaxin, where the Bharat Biotech has come up with 80% efficacy, and the Covishield is showing about 70 to 80% efficacy. So there's nothing to select between the 2 vaccines. I think it just depends on your body's immunity, how it reacts and how it creates the antibodies. I think that would really be absolutely a no-brainer, and we don't have that much information also about the vaccine. Second is, can the vaccine harm my child's development? I think that's a very, very good question. In fact, after 1 year of COVID, we have had a lot of data coming in that when the mothers are pregnant and they have COVID, the COVID is more severe in those women. There are more ICU admissions in those women. And also the children land up with preterm births, and the children land up with more NICU admissions. NICU means intensive care for the neonates, for the newborn. So yes, if getting COVID is not good. So if the vaccination is taken, it prevents all these things. And so far, as I told you, the VSafe registry, which has got all the data of the American women, nearly 100,000 women. The last data, which was actually published, was 90,000 women, and the children showed absolutely no side effects from the vaccine. This is short term, mind you. We don't know the long term effects because it's a new disease, new vaccine, everything is absolutely evolving. In fact, I may say today, don't take the vaccine, and tomorrow we may have a directive saying, please take the vaccine. So things are very fluid, things are changing. And what was your third question, Niranjan? Sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah, why are some states taking a stand against it? I read just
Right.
before coming into the show that some states have a view on pregnant mothers getting vaccinated.
See, Niranjan, I think when we were in the committee, there was a lot of discussion about vaccinating the pregnant women. I mean, we are, FOXY is an organization of 40,000 gynecologists. So we represent the women of India, and a chunk of our population is pregnant women. Did you know there were nearly 30 million births in our country every year? So we are talking about that humongous number. So to save these. Now, the problem is that the Covaxin and the Covishield have not done any studies on pregnant women. There are no animal studies. There's absolutely no basic science studies, etc. So they have written it on their product thing that no pregnant women or non-lactating women should be given. So the states have taken this. As I told you, an example of Brazil. Now, Brazil has stopped the vaccination of pregnant women because of one death. So everybody is worried about such a phenomenon happening. We know that India has had nearly 1 million doses, and we've just had 896 adverse events, meaning some problems. So it is very, very low, but it can happen. So the states are just being proactive till they get more data, and the vaccine producers probably say that, okay, we have tested this on pregnant mice, we have tested this on pregnant women, and you can take it. Right now, they are saying this is only for emergency use, so we are not recommending it. So I think some states are going that way because of that reason.
Okay. So I have two more questions. Let me take them one by one with both these doctors. Dr. Archana, I'll put the 8th question to you from the viewer. Is there sufficient data on safety of vaccines on pregnant mothers? One viewer asking that question.
I think we've done most of that question already. Moderna, Pfizer, US, huge study, the VSafe registry says they found no different outcomes in non-vaccinated women in terms of any adverse effects, either in the mother or the fetus. Perhaps that should be good enough to say to quite an extent that yes, enough has been done to use these two vaccines. But the other available vaccines, as Nandita pointed out very correctly, no studies on any animals so far, at least with our Covaxin and Covishield. So as the Indian population, and as a healthcare provider here, I really hope Moderna, Pfizer do come into India. But saying that, again, at the cost of repeating both of ourselves, these are vaccines which have been simulated to other vaccines that have been given in the past. So perhaps they should not cause much concern. But to study a vaccine and to turn around and say that it is absolutely 100% safe, it's a very difficult task, especially in today's scenario. You have young lives going away. You have young women dying after childbirth. So it's very difficult to say, should we be doing this? Should we be not doing this? If a country can stop vaccinating their pregnant women, losing one girl at 23 weeks, now we don't even know why she actually died. Was it the vaccine? Was it another comorbidity? It's very difficult to say which way or which way not. But eventually, to give that one answer, is it 100% safe, is a tricky question. But yes, with more than 100,000 women vaccinated already, most of them being very vulnerable women, most of them vaccinated in the US have been frontline health workers. They are women who are pregnant, who are exposed to repetitive infections, have taken the vaccine and have done well. So I think that's good enough reason to bring cheer to most of us and say, yes, we should try and vaccinate most of our pregnant girls.
Okay, last question to Dr. Nandita Palshetkar. One of our viewers asking, should women planning for pregnancy wait for both doses to be completed?
I think that's a really good question, Niranjan. As Archana had said before, fertility is absolutely not affected. In fact, the WHO latest recommendation is that it's good to be taking 2 doses and then plan the surgery. But even if you, then plan your pregnancy, sorry. So even if you are in the process of pregnancy, you can take the vaccination. So yes, I would tell the viewers that please finish your 2 doses, and you don't even need to wait more than 2 weeks after your second dose, and you can absolutely plan the pregnancy. And this is the latest WHO recommendation, which has come like 4 days ago, because we are also getting information, learning about the disease every day. So yes, planning for pregnancy, planning any kind of treatment, take the vaccine, both the doses, because they'll be protective. In UK, as Archana was saying, the Royal College of OBGYN has said that Janssen's vaccine, which is a single dose vaccine, is also good for pregnancy. They have done studies, they have some data over there, and they have recommended today that Janssen's, Moderna, and Pfizer can be given to pregnant women. So I think if we get a single dose vaccine, it will be much easier for the people. But now, yes, you need to wait for 6 weeks before you plan your pregnancy so that both the doses are taken.
I think this was a very, very informative session. Doctors, Dr. Archana Bajaj and Dr. Nandita Palshetkar, thank you for joining us. What we will also do is we will, take clips of each of these questions and also put them out on social media so that pregnant mothers and those planning pregnancy can also, hear from the both of you. Very informative session. Thank you, doctors, for sparing your time and speaking to us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.